There are a number of tried and true ways to become a well-known celebrity. There are singers, dancers, and actors. And there are also people who can sing, dance, and act. When you add in models, athletes, and people who have a lot of followers on social media, that's where most of the celebrities are. Even though the skills that make someone a good dancer, actor, or singer are not anything to sneeze at, those skills can sometimes overshadow more interesting or unusual skills that celebrities might have. Welcome to our channel Sizzling Gossip, your gossip point. So without any more delay, let's dive in. Number 15. Will Smith. Will Smith is very good at the Rubik's Cube. In The Pursuit of Happiness, his character, Chris Gardner, quickly solves one of the puzzles to impress a stockbroker and get into an intern program. Tyson Mao, who holds the world record for solving the Rubik's Cube while blindfolded, was hired to help fake the scene. But Smith wanted to do it himself, so Mao taught him how to solve the puzzle from any configuration over the course of 10 hours. It wasn't set up or rigged in any way for the scene. Number 14. Neil Patrick Harris. Neil Patrick Harris is a well-known actor, singer, and dancer, but magic has always been his true love. He's made fun of it before, but he also knows what he's doing and often amazes TV hosts and regular people with his well-done tricks. As mentioned in the introduction, he was also president of the board of directors of Hollywood's Magic Castle. His character, Barney Stinson, on How I Met Your Mother, was a bit of a magic fan, and when he wrote his own young adult book, he called it The Magic Misfits.
Is your card the 10 of clubs?
No, it's
Shut up!
Number 13. Andrew Garfield. Before he became famous for acting, Andrew Garfield was known for being an accomplished gymnast. It is clear that he remembers some of his older tricks because he could perform a backflip for Ellen. It did not stop him from sticking to the landing and raising $30,000 for breast cancer research. But he did point out the absurdity of trying it while wearing loafers and very tight pants. Number 12. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford has been trained to fly planes. He took flying lessons right after graduating college, but stopped once he was no longer able to pay for them. At age 54, he started flying again, partly because he felt like he hadn't learned anything in a long time. He told Downwind magazine that flying gave him an identity other than Harrison Ford the actor. In 2020, Ford made a flying mistake when he accidentally crossed a runway, which led the FAA to look into whether he should be allowed to keep flying. After he finished a remedial runway incursion training course, he was finally let go. Number 11. Larry Wilmore. Larry Wilmore is a magician in addition to being a comedian, actor, and writer. He's been doing magic since he was a child. He is a member of the Magic Castle in Los Angeles, where he has also performed. When asked by NPR if he had ever thought about doing magic professionally, Wilmore said, "What's the difference between a pizza and a magician? A pizza can feed a family of 4. Wilmore said that there is a clear link between magic and comedy, since in both, the performer kind of hides where you're going in the setup. Number 10. Terry Crews. Terry Crews is obviously good at more than one thing. He is not only a great football player, but he is also a funny comedic actor who has appeared on shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Crews went on to the Late Late Show on Thursday night to show off another hidden skill. He can play the flute. When he was young, his great-great-grandmother gave him a flute for Christmas, and his mother made him take lessons so that the money she spent on it wouldn't be wasted. In episode 10 of season 7 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Crews got to show off his musical skills. Number 9. Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie loves knives very, very much. Many articles have been written about her and knives because of her interest in and love of knife play. But some of her love for knives is a little less dangerous. She said that she has loved knives ever since she was a child. She also said that her role in the hit movie Tomb Raider, which was arguably her breakthrough role, made her love knife throwing, since that was one of the main stunts in the movie. She also went on Conan O'Brien's late night show and talked about how much she loves knives and showed off how good she is with a butterfly knife. Number 8. Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is a unicyclist, so he can ride a one-wheeled bike. He learned to ride when he was 12, and even though it had been about 25 years since he had been on one, he was able to get right back on one when he went on the Graham Norton show. Norton brought out a unicycle and told Ruffalo to get on it and show how good it was. The Avenger star says as he gets ready to ride, "I haven't done this in a long time. When I said I was going to try it, I was just kidding. I don't think I've done this in almost 25 years, he says. Number 7. Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon adores ping pong so much that she helped open a ping pong bar in New York City called Spin in 2009. There are now several franchise locations in the US and one in Canada. And in 2014, she played a good player in a movie called Ping Pong Summer. Sarandon told The Guardian why she was interested in the game. "Everyone can play ping pong, no matter what their size or gender is. Even small girls can beat big, strong guys. You don't get hurt, it does not cost much, and it's great for your mind. It's one of the few sports you can keep playing until the day you die." Number 6. Conan O'Brien. Tap dancing is one of Conan O'Brien's specialties. He informed his parents when he was younger that he wanted to have a career in the entertainment industry and that to do so, he would need to learn how to tap dance. They decided to go off with this line of reasoning and ultimately decided to hire Stanley Brown, who had been the prodigy of Bill Bojangles Robinson, to instruct their son. Number 5. Jason Statham. The action movie star's life used to be very different, and in 1990, he even played for England at the Commonwealth Games. At the games in Auckland, New Zealand, he competed in the 1 meter, 3 meters, and 10 meters events, but he did not win a medal. Even though Jason never got to go to the Olympics, no, he wasn't quite Tom Daley, which he has said in the past is still a bit of a sore point. Seoul 1988 and Barcelona 1992 were both between his Commonwealth year and his Olympic year. He had said before, "It's kind of a bummer that I never made it to the Olympics. I just heard that they got something like $7 million a year for diving. They should have it. The divers we got now are just terrific. I got a late start. Most likely it wasn't my thing. I should have done something else." He was lucky though, because he had a long career as a Hollywood star ahead of him. Number 4. Mike Rowe. Mike Rowe can sing opera. He is the host of Dirty Jobs and Somebody's Gotta Do It. In 1984, Rowe couldn't join either of the actors' unions he needed to, so he turned to the American Guild of Musical Artists. Rowe would be able to buy his way into one of the acting guilds if he got into AGMA. He told CNN that he thought he had a better chance of getting into the opera than into the movies. So he tried out for the Baltimore Opera by singing "The Shortest Aria I Could Find" and was accepted. Number 3. Elliot Page. Elliot Page is a pretty incredible performer when it comes to juggling. In 2014, he appeared on Conan and demonstrated his skills using fruit that Conan himself had thoughtfully provided for the purpose of the segments. Number 2. Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder did a good job of fencing. The actor, who may be best known for making Willy Wonka come to life, won the fencing championship at the Old Vic Theatre School while he was a student there. When he came back to the United States from England, he taught fencing. In the 1975 comedy, The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother, in which Wilder played the title character, he got to show off his skills. Number 1. Vera Wang. Vera Wang started figure skating when she was 8 years old. She and her partner, James Stewart, were so good at it that they competed in the 1968 US National Championships. But they didn't make it onto the Olympic team, which devastated Wang. Wang had a nervous breakdown, which led her to study abroad for a semester in Paris, where she found her passion for fashion. Okay folks, that's it for today's video. Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get the latest update about the fresh and interesting content we keep on posting.